Welcome to episode 2 of the Please Don't Irk Me show. I am so excited. I have a wonderful guest today, and his name is Mark's Lifestyle. We're going to talk about fitness. We're going to talk about content creating. We're going to talk about relationships as well. So I'm really excited. Once you guys come in, just tap that screen and let's get it going. I'm super excited that I guess, God just put this on my heart to do. What I'm doing with this show is I am promoting brands. That's really what I want to do. I want to use my platform to help people grow and to help people grow in followers, grow in content, and to not be scared to post your content. Don't be scared to post your content. Somebody needs to hear it and somebody needs to watch it. And I promise you, it's going to touch people. Just because you have like 100 followers, 200, 300 followers, doesn't mean that you're not touching the hearts of those people. So just make sure that you're continuing to do what you do and make sure that you post that thing. Post! But how are you? How is life? How is all that good stuff?
Life is good, man. Life is good. It's a good Sunday. I'm feeling good. How about you, brother? I did go to church. Of course, I went to church.
You went to church for the both of us because I wasn't able to go. I had to work.
This is the second time that you didn't go to church. I think the last time we interviewed you didn't go to church. We can't make this no habit now.
Okay. Now listen, I love the Lord. I love him dearly. But I'm so glad that you're here to give variety to the show. I told the people that were in that we were talking about, today we're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about fitness. And we're definitely going to talk about content creating. I think that's like the number one thing that everybody is trying to do today. They're trying to get better at this whole content creating life. Yep. So let's get right into relationship advice. Now, somebody asked this, and I thought that it was, a pretty interesting question because when it comes to characteristics that, you look for in a woman, what are some things that men should look for when it comes to identifying the woman that they want to be with? Because I know a lot of people, they pull out, the physical appearance. She has to have this, she has to have that. But what are the characteristics that a man should look for in a woman?
Number one, like the Bible say, I say it like a help me. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman that's willing to help, not just coming okay, hey, you gotta take on me and my problems. But I think for me, the number one thing is to help me. Help me, somebody that is already nurturing. And usually, I hate to use the word single moms, but usually women with kids, they are nurturing. You know what I'm saying? They really are nurturing. They have that thing down packed. Just loyal, you know what I'm saying? Don't need to be seen, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? A woman, you know what? Here's the thing: a woman that's already a wife before she's a wife. How about that?
Okay. I'm sorry, Deb in here said, "What did I walk into? Is this the love match connection?" I'm the new Kendra G, Deb. Okay.
Not Kendra G. All right, and a woman who ain't been on Kendra G.
Now, do you believe in stuff like that? That it's possible to find somebody on a dating app like that, or a dating show like that is possible?
Absolutely. I actually went on Kendra G 2 years ago. But yes, I used to watch her all the time at work, I wasn't supposed to, and I used to be so scared to get on. But one day I came back from New York from vacation. I was like, my hair was cut. Let's go. My lighting is already set. It was, come on, let's just do it.
Not the lighting.
This was 2002. So this was before Kendra was huge.
Huge with the show.
She had 69,000 subscribers. Now she's like 200,000, something like that. But yeah, so I went on the show. But I do believe, to answer your question, that can work. Absolutely.
Okay. Now, was it successful? Ray! Was it successful when you went on there or no?
Here's what I will say. It was not successful in that regard. Now, I did meet a lifetime friend. Me and this girl, we are friends to this. We literally talk every day. She don't want me. I definitely don't want her. She lives in Dallas, and we are like this. That's my homie. Ain't nothing romantic about it. But other than that, there were a lot of women that I just would say did not fit what I said I was looking for. Yeah.
Now, another question. Do you honestly believe that, love at first sight is a thing? Because I know that you talked about, like, you know, you want to be attracted to the person, you want the person to have a great personality, but at the same time, do you honestly believe that that is a thing of this day and age? It probably was something back then, but is it something that you think is possible to really fall in love at first sight?
You know what? I mean, as a Christian brother, I think it's possible. Number one, when you have matured as a man, because if you have not matured as a man, lust at first sight can be a thing, and we all know that. You know what I'm saying? You can be like, "Oh, man, I just,
I'm trying to do what it
you know what I'm saying?" But I just think that as a Christian man, I do believe in love at first sight. I think you can look at a girl and be like, "Yo, she the one." That's the because I think right now, and I was talking. It's funny you bring this up. I was telling somebody the other day, I am the most confident I've ever been in my life. The only thing about that though is I am not meeting any woman. There's like not a woman at my church. There's not a woman on Instagram or at my church at my neighborhood that I can see and be like, ooh, I like her so much that I want to talk to God about her. Like there's nobody I have a crush on right now. And so I just think as a Christian man, I do believe that you can be somebody and be like, hey, it may not be love at first sight, but it can be like high interest at first sight to the point that you want to talk to God about that person.
Yeah. How long should you date going into a relationship? Like, do you think there is a timeline that we should go by, or do you think that, like,
because I literally was entertaining somebody for literally 6 months. And just 3 weeks ago, I was like, black people. No, I'm joking. I was like, it was nice from January to it was nice, but no, to June. I was like, maybe this ain't what we're supposed to do. And in that time, we did a lot. But I also say, if it was a girl that I was really interested in, 6 months and 3 months, I would have been like, yo, you who I want to be with. So I just think it all depends,
Okay, so Deb said that she had 3 friends that met and got married within 6 months to a year, and they're like still together. So I see that it's possible. I just haven't found it, or it probably hasn't found me yet. But
me neither, brother. Me neither.
Hopefully one day. Okay, so that's really getting to content creating, because I know you're very passionate, really passionate about that. What makes you so passionate about content creating?
For me, it's mostly about self-expression. But I think for me, as far as content creation, it's expression and it's community. So I create different content for different reasons. I told you I started on YouTube, so I feel like I got on YouTube in the big pond, and then when I came to TikTok is more. I'm still building my YouTube community. You know what I'm saying? But TikTok is. I feel like it makes content creator easy for me. Not even easy, but it makes it more just doable.
So why do you think people are so scared to post their stuff on social media? Like, why do you think people are like, in a corner scared with the puppy and the goldfish talking about, I'm so scared to press post, I'm so scared to press post. Why do you think why is there a wall for people to not want to post, or they're too scared to post?
I would say I think a lot of people are afraid to post because number one, it could be just the fear of talking on camera. How it could be the fear of how they sound, how they look, whatever. But I actually think the bigger problem with this arising in content creation it's the fear of what does the person that lived down the street think of me? I mean, there's a whole world out there, but the person that lived next door, that I went to the same school, we shopped at the same grocery store, they knew my mama, what are they going to think? And that was something that I dealt with a lot because if you ask people about me from high school, they would just say, oh, that's that, fat, funny church dude. You know what I'm saying? But if you ask somebody on TikTok, who is Mark? Oh my God, he talks about relationships. He's so inspiring. You know what I'm saying? But I think we're so worried about the people that know us, but they really don't know us. And I think a lot of times like I said before, I think a lot of people have this because a lot of people have this fear of being perceived as inauthentic. And that was a lot of how to deal with what you doing talking about relationships? All you know is church music. That ain't you. And then somebody else somebody else across the country looking at your videos like, oh my God, I got to book a consultation. I got to book. And people in your city and so we have this fear of people of people thinking of us of trying to be something that we're not. And like I said before, we're not trying to be something that we're not. We are aspiring to be something that we already are that we have not been yet. But you also have to recognize where you need to grow. If somebody had a different view of what I would be like, oh my God, they hate me. Right. Like I was like, oh my God, and I had to literally go to therapy to say, why do I think somebody disagreeing with me means that I'm automatically wrong? No, they're number one, they're engaging, and then number two, they're listening to your point of view. But I think also we do have that fear of judgment, but we also cannot judge ourselves.
Right. Because I know that when it came with the more followers that I got, the more my comment section was just ridiculous. And you already know, anytime I post a video about singers and things like that,
it gets personal.
You have to use thick skin.
It gets personal.
If you don't have thick skin, this whole content creator will swallow you.
Like, why is Whitney's cousins in my comments? Like, do y'all even know her? Like, yes.
No, and they don't whatsoever.
Yeah, I never forget. I did a YouTube video because my content was not supposed to be about dating. I don't know how I ended up here. My content was supposed to be this nice, inspirational. I'm gonna come on and talk like Joe Osteen. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds of inspiration. You go about your day. I did one video in 2021 about why I don't do dating apps. And that video took off. And I had somebody in my, and I used to have to turn my notifications off because I was so nervous to look at the comments. I wasn't thinking like, hey, they're engaging, they're watching the video. And still to this day, that's like one of my highest videos, like some thousands of views. And I had a guy comment, he was like, now everybody's commenting like, oh, my thoughts on this video, my thoughts on dating. It was one guy who commented, he was like, you know, bro, no disrespect, but you talk like a girl. Your voice, if I close, and I was like, now mind you, I have a high voice, so I don't have a deep voice.
Me too. But
yeah, and I'll never forget, I was like, okay, you know what, that's it, I'm done with YouTube. And I had to sit that whole day and was like, okay, that comment was made at 12. It's now 5. And I listen, and I don't give a fuck. So listen, that comment was made at 12. At 12:01, I overreacted, but it's 5 o'clock, and I don't give, and I'm on my way to make another video. You just gotta let that sit for a while and think like.
You gotta let it go. People will literally try to get the best of you just to discourage you, so that you don't do the things that you're supposed to do. Now, do you think social media is very one-dimensional these days? Because I know there is a lot of gossip. There is a lot of, clout chasing. There is a lot of all this stuff going on. Do you think it's now one-dimensional if somebody wants to be a content creator that they have to, I don't know, go kind of towards like bashing people, because that's really how people get famous. Like they bash a certain demographic, or they bash men, or they bash women. So do you think it's becoming one-dimensional now?
If it is one-dimensional, it doesn't have to be. You don't have to be all things content. You just have to do what you do well. You don't have to be a Tasha K or I don't know, or whoever. You just have to do what you do well. And if you are motivational, there are thousands of people that need motivation. If you do gossip, of course, there are a million people that love gossip, but you have to do what you do. It doesn't have to be one-dimensional. But when I started making content, I had to, delete all those people off because I had to, okay, what are you going to talk about, Mark? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's one-dimensional depending on what the person looked for. There are a lot of people that like gossip, so they're going to seek out gossip. But if you're looking for motivation and inspiration, there are a lot of people that's doing that and making money off that.
Now, real quick, do you have any tips for people who are like just getting off the ground, like actually starting content creating? Like, do you have little tips for them to, to stay the course and to know how to grow on social media?
Practical tips that helped me when I first started. It's going to sound crazy. Buy a comfortable chair. Buy a comfortable chair. For me, I like. I'm so serious. I like chairs that sit low. Buy a comfortable chair. Number 2, what I would say is you need a lapel mic, because here's the thing. I would notice that when I would be on YouTube, because the mic was so far back, all of my videos like, oh my God, hey, look at me. Okay, today we're gonna talk about why you need to date this girl. And when I got a lapel mic, and I was able to sit low, I'd be like, "Hey, y'all, welcome to YouTube." So they go ahead and get number, bro. Go ahead and talk to. It was like, I can be chill. Versus like, oh my God, let me tell you why the girl with the fat booty. You didn't like. It was like I had to be comfortable. So be comfortable. Number 2, I would say set a set schedule, like the Jodeci song. Set time and place. Set a set time and place. So on Tuesdays at 6:30, that's when I record. That's when I edit. So you have that, and I think write out your thoughts. And another thing I will say that kind of helped me. TikTok helped me with this. I would say start on TikTok. But one thing TikTok helped me with was when it came to YouTube, I thought every video had to be 40 minutes. Every video. And TikTok is just like, hey, this is what it is, y'all, and that's it. And so I started treating YouTube like TikTok. Okay, here's a 4-minute video talking about thoughts. Because the intro is going to take 30 seconds. Hey, welcome to my... Take that time. You know what I'm saying? So I would say get on TikTok first and then launch a YouTube. But as far as content creation, I will also say be inspired and copy. Make it yours. If Theo is doing a get ready with me to go to Alaska and he packing what's in his bag, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to Chicago. I'm going to do the same thing. It's already unique because we're going to 2 different destinations. The inside of our house look different and what we're packing is different. So, my friend Destiny taught me this. When you do content, you do not have to reinvent the wheel. And I think everybody wants to be so different that we just start doing dumb. You know what I'm saying? And you look crazy like, oh, I'm so unique. You look dumb. Your content is dumb. I'm sorry. You're not peculiar.
I will also say, to add into that, when you first start content creating and you kind of want to build, support people and really support people that you kind of don't even know.
I was gonna say something, but I can't say that. Say it. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. If the Shade Room make a post, you want to be the first one to comment. Because as people come in, they see your stuff. And then they go to your page and they follow you. My tactic is to always engage in other people's comments. Because they're going to be like, who is this guy? I like this point. I like the comment. I want to see what he's about. They're going to follow you. That's how you get a lot of my followers too. Yep.
That's really how it is. And the same thing goes for Facebook as well. Because when you comment on it, I mean, the great thing about Facebook is that they really keep like certain comments that are, kind of popular. And if you do what you do, then it's definitely going to happen. Because once you really support other people, it will grow you. Like, it will literally grow you. And I know the last time that we talked, I was like, Mark and I have never met in real life. But you best believe he posts a video, I'm going to like it. But let's get into fitness real quick, because I know that you're really big on fitness, and I know that you be in the gym.
I'll be in the gym.
What motivates you to do fitness in, like, the first place?
Oh, in the first place, I was, short, fat, church kid in high school. I didn't know what it was to have a girl lust after me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, everybody else was praying they lust out. I was trying to pray my lust in. Come on, Jesus, like one time. You know what I'm saying? No, but when I got
let me just clap something.
Just one time, and then y'all can take this demon. Y'all can just after that, y'all can do what y'all want with it. But this time, Jesus, when I got to community college at 20, I used to come to school every day. I think I was 20. I started community college with a bag full of junk food. And I used to spend $8 worth of junk food. This was when Little Debbie's was still $8. It was still 25 cents. So I would like buy cinnamon rolls and stuff. And so it was a guy named Abdul.
Time to be alive.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was a guy named Abdul. To this day, like, he is the reason why I'm in the gym. He hit me up like, yo, come to the gym downstairs. I was like, the gym? I didn't even know what the gym looked like. I had on jeans. I went down there. He was like, just, and I walked on the treadmill. That day, I never looked back. It was this energy drink called Red Line. It was a thermogenic and energy drink. I used to drink that stuff and just listen to Mother Stacks and Mother Boy, the shout videos. And every day, I literally, 2012, 2011, I would get on the treadmill every day and run for an hour. And I just started dropping weight. And I'm going to be honest, it wasn't even for women. Because I know in the male space, there's a lot of, get in the gym for women. I can see that perspective. But back then, I just wanted to kind of feel better with myself. I kind of wanted to see how far I could go. So back then, I got into the gym and just never looked back. And here we are.
Now, going back to the date, and first of all, what's up, Cayman? What's up, I know that you stated before that you could not date a girl that does not go to the gym. Do you still stand on that?
Here's what I will say. I would like somebody to know what they're doing. And I know it sounds so like, oh, you don't want to train your wife. I want somebody that's self-motivated. Because you might get me today, I'm in the gym going at, and tomorrow my favorite fast food is Five Guys. So if you're like, if we're
dating, y'all, he got money. You got money.
No,
Five Guys is $5,000
it's not that I have money. I just don't have kids. So it's just me going there. You know what I'm saying? No, but I would want somebody that's like, yo, today we gonna pig out. Then tomorrow, if I say get to the gym, I don't want you to be like, oh my God, I can go to the. I don't want to have to go to the gym and train you. I just really don't. We can go to the gym, let's work out together. You do your thing, I do your thing. And if we slip up tomorrow, we know like we can just bounce back together. I just want somebody that have that self motivation. Nobody has to wake me up and say, hey, Mark, go to the gym. Nobody has to do that. So if I was to date a girl that I just want her to have that same regimen.
Do you have this whole routine? Like, do you meal prep and all that stuff to go with the fitness and all that?
Yes, I do meal prep on sometimes Sundays and Mondays. Yes. So, yes, I do meal prep.
When it comes to fitness, should that be very important for other people as well? Or do you think people should just, do you, boo, do you, whatever you want to do you?
See, listen, I don't have enough money to be I don't have enough money to be canceled. And y'all not going to take my $12. Y'all not going to go on my bank account and take my $12. Listen, all I will say, just listen. All I can say is walk with the Lord. Listen, the little money I got, y'all ain't about to take it. Y'all ain't about to cancel me. Here's what I will say.
Okay.
I think just do it for you. If you are a little bit thicker and you are healthier and you feel good and your doctor say you are healthy, by all means, you don't have to be a size 2. I'm going to be honest. I don't have visible abs, but one would say, hey, he's very built. He's in shape. I would have to say, do it for you. Make healthier decisions. I know for me, when I look at like my Instacart orders from during the pandemic, they were horrible. I was ordering cinnamon rolls. Now you can, get away with, okay, I'm just going to eat these Oreos. I used to order cinnamon rolls and cookies and apple juice. Now I'm like, I go to the store, I'll do my meal prep chicken breast, and I'll throw us, some cookies. Or I throw, like, it's those changes, that you make. You don't have to be like, you look like you're competing. But yeah, we all need to make better decisions. And your clothes would fit better. Let me tell you, and that's the one thing people don't understand. I did not start to care as much as far as like fashion, as far as like people be like, look at you, you think you posting something, you just think you listen, whatever you think that I think, that's what I think. Exactly. But a lot of that, all those get ready with me's and here's what that came from me 2002. I got back on my fitness journey because 2020, there's stuff that I wore 2021 that I wouldn't wear today because I was much bigger. But your clothes would fit better. You know what I'm saying? My workout regimen is simple. I almost do the same thing. I literally just hired a personal trainer last year, and he gave me a wealth of knowledge, but I do the same thing. I'm simple.
Do you think that people are missing the point of that? Because I know when people kind of start, let's say somebody's starting, a fitness journey like today or tomorrow, right? Do you think people make it so difficult that like they get tired so quickly of actually going to the gym? Because I know some people, they try to go full throttle, or they try to get a trainer, or they try to do like other things, and they try to go really hard in the gym for like those like hour or two. So do you think that is the reason why people stop going to the gym, is because they make it more difficult than it's supposed to be?
Let me say this. I don't think it's just that they make it more difficult. And I think they make it more difficult because of what they are seeing. When I was a kid, everybody in my family was big. Grandma was big, but you always had that one family member that you was like, oh, they into that fitness and they crazy. He don't eat this. Now everybody, oh no, I'm sorry.
Everybody's trying to do it.
So what happens is, if everybody is doing that, now everybody is a fitness influencer. So you're selling people all of these crazy regimen and just routine, when back in the day you wanted to lose weight, you just did cardio. You ate chicken breast. It's simple. You know, now everybody's like, do my 3-week course. I'm gonna show you how to move your arm.
I remember those late at night too.
Yes. I mean, it's just movement.
Yeah.
I don't run outside. My favorite thing to do is grab my headphones and walk like 5 miles by the river through Kentucky, all throughout the bridge. I do that, listen, put my little music on, and you know, it works for me. I look at people.
But you do give a lot of information, like in your videos, where like you really make it so simple that it's just like, hey, today, you know, guys, I did this, I did that. Yesterday, I did this, I did that. And I'm just like, wow, that sounds so simple. Like it sounds like something that anybody could really do.
Anybody can do.
But it's really all about that willpower to really start it. Because I know for myself, I am not a gym person, and I probably never will be.
But you know what? It's funny to me because I even with like the women that I deal with, I don't understand people. I'm not a gym person. For me, the gym is the easy. What's hard for me is the soul food restaurant. No, I'm serious. I wish it was the opposite for me. The gym is, I can go to the gym in my sleep. My issue is it's not even sweets and cakes. My issue is that I can go to the gym, but my issue is that can't nobody fry chicken like me. That's my issue. You understand what I'm saying? Can't nobody fry chicken like me.
Mark, it was so great to have you on, man. It is so great to call you a TikTok brother.
Oh,
it
definitely.
It's really great to have you on. Thank you for redoing too. I know it was just like last minute. I was just like, wait, do you have a little time?
No, anytime. You know, and it's funny because I was thinking about you the other day. You know, everybody's popping up with this speed date, and I had a thought. I'm like, I really think Theo should. I mean, I don't do whatever, but you really should get into doing something that's interactive, dating, speed dating, something. I mean, you really got the anointing of a great host, and that's the only reason why That's the only reason why I agreed to do the first interview because I've never done anything like this. But because I trusted your content, I'm like, I trust him enough to know he knows what he's doing because I sure don't. But you need some interacting with people, calling them up. I don't know. You might already do that, but it's on you.
Mark, shut up.
I'm serious.
We're not gonna cry to that. We're not gonna do it today. No, that really means a lot. That really